What is going on, guys, and welcome to FIFA 22. That's right, we have 10 hours early access and we are going to be starting our career mode right now here on the channel, and we're going to be doing a creator club series, and we're going to be entering League 2 in England at the bottom level of English football professionally with AFC NEWARK, a local side to me. We went with my local town name, and these aren't an actual football club. We do have two football teams about in the area that are decent at a decent level, but we're going to make one up with AFC NEWARK getting promoted from the conference into League 2 and taking on professional football for the very first time. We're going to be replacing Scunthorpe, unfortunately. I'm sorry, the Irons, they're going to have to go. Everybody in this league, they're only one-star team, and we're going to be replacing them. Our rival is actually going to be Mansfield Town. They're the closest to me locally, so we'll select them as our rival. We can't actually, I don't think, select anybody from any other league, so we can't actually have a Premier League team as our rival or anything like that, I don't think. So we'll go with Mansfield Town. Now we get to create the stadium and the crest. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll be back in a second to show you guys what we've came up with. Here it is then, guys. We are going with a purple and black home kit. We've got two night kits to run. I thought I'd go with the same brand and keep it as realistic as possible. But the purple and black home kit with a yellow with purple dot away kit. And these are just the two most simple kits. I kind of wanted to go a little bit simple coming through and maybe get more flashier kits the higher up the leagues we get and unlock better kits. But for now, these are going to be the starter kits. Two nice and plain and simple home and away kits from Nike for us. And the crest, the badge, we're going with the ball and the purple as well. We're at the Flow Serve Arena, renamed and recreated purple seats, purple backgrounds, things like that. All good. And we are ready to finally go and see what our squad is looking like. Here is what we're going to go with then. Our squad is going to be 1.5 rated, which is average for this league. Between 1 and 1.5 stars is really where we wanted to be starting. We've gone with very young squad age with a transfer budget of 5 million to start off with. Youth focus board expectations as well. Now the team you can see on the right hand side of the screen here, that's the lineup that they're going to give us to start off with, and the players that we're going to get to start off with. You can see you get different formations and things like that. And even though the squad age is very young, we don't actually get too much of a young squad. Our goalkeeper's 26, 63 rated. 25-year-old, 27-year-old, 26-year-old, 25-year-old. So the first team's relatively normal aged. And we've got some decent players in here. Morris up front, who is 33 and was going to need to be replaced, but is still a decent player up front for this first season at least. And you can see in the actual squad depth, we don't have too much either really going on. We've got a decent cam, a decent centre mid, and a decent striker at youth level, but that's the backup that we have this season. So we don't have too much coming into it. We'll take a better look at these guys in just a second, but that is what we are starting with. Here's the setup we're going with then. We're going to go with 5-minute halves on world class to start off with. Job offers from international size disabled. Negotiation strictness on loose. And I'm going to have the first transfer window enabled as well. Pre-season tournament. We are going to be entering a pre-season tournament this year. Why not? Let's see what's available. I think I'm going to go with this one. All English teams will stay in England. Why not? We are, we're not going to go abroad. I don't think this our first season as a professional football club, so we'll stay in England, we'll play against these English sides and get to test ourselves in pre-season against some of the sides we could possibly be facing in this career mode pretty soon. Here we are then, we've got Plymouth, MK Dons and Barnsley in our group for the pre-season training, so the pre-season tournament. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the team in a second. First, though, we're going to have a look at the Youth Academy to see if we've got any more players potentially to come through. Our highest rated player is a left midfielder from Egypt, Tawfiq El-Deeb, 16-year-old, left-footed left midfielder, 4-star, 4-star, decent pace-ish, just needs to work on his work rates, and he could be decent. He's at 56, isn't bad, and he's got the potential. He's the only real player in this side with any sort of potential. I'm going to bring him up to the first team. Why not? A lot of these guys are probably just going to get released eventually, but we're not going to go through that yet, and, we don't need to jump into that too much right now, but we will go ahead and take a look at the actual squad that we do have and a bit more detail about these players that we are starting with. We'll start with that goalkeeper. Here he is, Myers. He's right-footed, Let's hope he's tall. 6'5", perfect. 26-year-old English goalkeeper, 6'5". I like tall goalkeepers, so this is a really nice start. But only 63 rated, so he's not the best goalkeeper about, and there's a chance that we're going to concede some goals this season. We hope that he has a good one. A right back here is Arthur. He can also play centre back and left back. Decent pace. He is right footed though, with 2-star skill moves and 3-star weak foot. He's got high, 5'5", Scottish right back. Looks like a right back to me. Is probably going to stay right back. Needs to work on his defending a little bit. He's 25. He's not going to improve too much, so he's probably going to eventually be replaced, but can play anywhere across the back. Decent player. Good win. 71 rated. Can also play left back, but is right footed, but has a 5-star weak foot, which allows him to play left back. Low attacking, we're a medium. 6 foot tall from England, so I think this guy's probably a centre back and he will stay there. Stevens, another centre back, again, very good defending, very good physical, low attacking. Where he's only 5'11" at 26 years old, so he's the smaller of the two, but he is better rated. Defensively, a lot better as well, but not quite 6 foot. Our left back can also play centre back as well. Left footed, low and high, 5'9", 25-year-old Englishman. I think he's probably going to stay at left back. Decent pace as well. Here we'll move into the midfield. We've got Evans, who's a centre mid, can also play CDM, despite only having 59 defending. 23-year-old at 5'11". Yeah, looks average at 68 rated. He's got okay stats all around, I think. Nothing too amazing, but he's okay. Miles we have as well. He's another centre mid who can also play CDM, slightly better defending. He's going in the middle. 5'7" though, only at 24. Very short midfield so far. And our other guy is 5'9" at 32. Lawson, who's currently our captain, running low on pace, 65 rated. Probably his final season. We're going to let him play this one out and see if someone can come in to replace him. Moving on to the attacking lineup then, we do have James at centre forward. We're also playing this cam spot / maybe a winger spot, I don't know. But he is 4-star, 5-star, very nice, 71 pace, right footed, high, medium, 6 foot tall Englishman. Has he got any decent stats? Yes, half decent. And his finishing 69. So actually, you know, this guy's very good. I do like the 69 finishing off the bat. It's not too bad, but he is, you know, he is 25, so he expected to be able to shoot, I guess. Maybe I'm hyping him up too much there. 72 rated Morris, very good player. 5'8", 33. He's slowing down a little bit now. Again, this is probably his final season with us, but he's going to provide some goals for us this year, I hope. Only being 5'8", I was hoping he'd be a bit taller and, you know, a bit more of a hold-up player, but we'll work with it. Hargreaves, left-footed on that left-hand side, 73 pace, 71 dribbling. 6 foot tall as well. So our actual wide men / cams are bigger than a guy who I wanted to be the big guy up front. But that's the way it's worked out, unfortunately for us. We also have Duggan on the bench, Leach as Crook, who's a centre midfielder. He's only 20 years old, 62. He's probably the replacement for Lawson this season if he can play his way into this side. We also have Atkins, who's a striker, 60 rated. He's only 21. He is 5'11 as well, and his pace is starting to pick up. Wheeler, 53 rated, probably not going to get much game time this season. He is 6 foot tall at 17, probably needs to advance a little bit more to be able to crack this first team. 61 rated, Ochieng, he is, he's from the Congo, 6'1", 17-year-old at cam. We don't really play cams. I mean, we could play in that cam spot. I'd actually like this guy more in the centre mid. So this guy's probably a future central midfielder along with Crook if these two guys can advance well enough. Here's Aldeeb, who we've just called up, 56 rated. He's actually better than Stewart already had at 55 rated at 18. And now we have a 16-year-old Aldeeb as well. He fits into this squad really nicely, actually. Forward on the left-hand side, he's a left winger from England, 22. Good pace about him. He's probably going to be off the bench kind of winger. I'm going to bring him on for Wheeler, actually. Wheeler not being that good, needs to come down one. And then we have another goalkeeper, and Birch, who's a centre-back, 22-year-old from England. And, yeah, this looks like a decent player just to come in and rotate for us. And that is our first team as of right now. This is how we are lining up. We're going to stick with this formation, I think. I don't think we're going to change too much from this just to see how it plays. We're definitely not going to be dropping back. We're going to be pressuring on heavy touch. Defensively, we're going to get nice and narrow and get players compact. But I don't want us to be sitting too deep. I don't want us to be getting pressed in and stuck in. I want us to be as high as we can this season. A build-up play, we're going to go with slow, possession-based football, I think. Nice and wide on the pitch as well. We'll just wide it up a little bit. More players in the box than that. Corners and free kicks is the same, and that is how I think we'll go with. As far as free kicks, let's make sure we've got the best free kick taker on the free kicks. I think we should have. This guy can take a free kick better. In fact, Evans can take the free kicks. Long free kick, shot power. Again, it's Evans. Penalties, 66. We'll go with Morris. He's the trusted guy. And then corners, we kind of want curve. Curve and long passing. You know, let's stick with Evans. He's the guy. And then I'm just going to tell my wide guys to stay back while attacking. Just because I don't want to get caught out defensively too much this season. We've already got 6 players here who can move into attacking positions. We don't really need an extra 2. And I think more likely that we're going to need them to be sitting back this season. So that's how we're going to line up. That's the tactics. That's the team. Let me know if you have anyone in mind to sign for AFC NEWARK. That would be very much appreciated. But you can see we do have just 5 million with 26k and the wages. We're probably going to spend some of that on a youth scout. Maybe just one youth scout for England to start off with. Because I don't want to be spending all this money or a lot of money on youth staff. Send them out into weird places to find like more Egyptian players and stuff like that, because at this level of football, you know, we're not able to scout. So more realistically, we're going to start in England and then sort of spread our way through scouting. So then go to Scotland and Wales and Ireland and then France and move across Europe that way. Maybe go over to America and spread out our scouting there as well. So, you know, there's a way to do this, and we've got a plan here. This is looking good. And honestly, I played a little bit of this game. It's phenomenal. It really is. And this feature this season, I'm really hyped about. Hope you guys are too. So here's the club. Here's how we're starting out. Next episode, let me know if you want to see the preseason tournament or whether you want to get to the league. And I will play the preseason tournament to get used to the players and see what they're like and see what our best things. I don't want to jump this and go straight into the league right now, which we could do, but I don't want to, because I think we'll get to first game of the season, not know the club enough, and we won't be able to do anything. So that is going to do it for this episode, setting up Newark, and we are well underway as a football club in League 2. Got some very tough games against Plymouth, MK Dons and Barnsley coming up. If you want to see them, let me know. If you don't, we'll go to the league. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one very soon.